Wingardium Leviosa. Hello everyone. I'm sorry I didn't make my video yesterday. I came home from school to do my home study, and instead of making my video, which is what I would normally do, I ended up writing an essay for German. Do you like my new wand? So pretty. It's supposed to be Professor Trelawney's wand. There was like ancient runes on the top there, and it's all spindly to the tip. Best 5 galleons I've ever spent in Hamleys. So I'm really excited about J.K. Rowling having a new book, but to me it is a little bit bittersweet. As you said, or Monday even, that having this new book is going to be very different from her old writing, and it has been a while. So far as I've heard though, the thing about it being crime fiction is just a rumour, so you never know. So I hope there's going to be a midnight release, because I will go. There was something quite sad, I suppose, that I saw when she announced this last week, in that they changed her website. So all the Harry Potter stuff, if you go to jkrowling.com, has just been taken off, and it just says coming soon. And it's really, really sad, because that website was built up over so much time. There was so much detail on it. There were things that J.K. Rowling had written herself. There were all those lovely little things that you could go and find. The Room of Requirement, before we had all this like Tumblr and Twitter nonsense, we used to wait for that all the time, for something new to turn up in the Room of Requirement. We were so excited for it. So that's kind of come to an end. Yeah, how I got into J.K. Rowling's writing in Harry Potter is that for my 5th birthday, so that would have been 1998, one of my parents' friends bought me the first 2 books. I hadn't heard the books before. They were novels. They give a 5-year-old novels for their birthday, which is a little bit strange. But you gotta thank them, because it's a really awesome gift, and I love them forever for it. And my dad's read the first 2 for suitability. It turns out now that my Philosopher's Stone is a 5th edition, and my Chamber of Secrets is a 3rd edition, I think. So that's pretty awesome. I'm really impressed. I've got really early editions of the first 2 books. My dad read the first 2 for suitability, and he sort of enjoyed them. And he started to read them to me for bedtime, and when I was about 6 years old. And I stopped him after we read the first paragraph, and I said, "Daddy, I want to read the books myself." And so he was like, "Oh, okay then." And I remember taking him to school with me to read, and my teacher was like, "Are those books appropriate? Can you understand them?" And I'm like, "Yes, no, it's fine," because it took me a while to read. I was a slow starter, but then as soon as I started reading, I didn't stop. I was reading Animal Ark, Chester Border Collie, so many different books. So I started reading Philosopher's Stone aged 6 or 7, I think it was. And then from there I just didn't stop reading at all. So I've read the first 2 books, and then so the following Christmas when I was 7 years old, I asked for the next 2 books, which I got, which I then devoured. And then when I was in year 4, the Order of the Phoenix came out, and I devoured that. That was the longest book I ever read, and it only took me a few weeks. The Half-Blood Prince, which is my favourite book, came out when I finished primary school in year 6. And it took me a bit longer to read that one. I'm not really sure why, but the first time I read it, I didn't enjoy it as much, and I read it again when I started secondary school, and I absolutely adored it. I really, really loved it. And then during the summer of year 8, when I was 13, the last book came out, and it was just so fantastic. And it took me 6 days to finish reading it. During the final battle, a girl asked, "What should we do with our things?" I can't remember what. I think she's probably a Slytherin girl, at the table when they were preparing to battle, what they're going to do with their things. And Professor McGonagall said, "Leave them. We'll have to sort them out later." And I just sort of it finally hit me that going to be so long before I read them again, and I just burst into tears, and I was crying upstairs in my bedroom, and I was just like all on my own, just like, no, it's finishing. And when I finished the book, I came downstairs, my parents were downstairs, and I was like crying, and they were like, did you finish it? And I said, yeah. And they said, did you like it? I was like, it's wonderful. And then I went and saw Order of the Phoenix in the cinema that afternoon. If I didn't have Harry Potter, my life would be so different. It would just be, it's not, I think half of it is contributed to just my love of reading. So if I didn't have it, then I think I'd be a lot stupider. I definitely wouldn't have, I don't know, I don't think I'd be interested in a lot of things that I'm interested in now. It's just a horrible thing to say. It's like saying to a mother, can I take one of your children? You can't say that because it's just such a huge part of my life. And just like how I meet people, I like my friends because we talk about Harry Potter, we talk about these sorts of things. I definitely wouldn't be into reading the way I am now. I wouldn't be so driven in what I want to do if I hadn't known that J.K. Rowling had done similar things to me. Back up, there's so many teachings from the books and things. I just think that it's fantastic. And then if I ever have children when I'm older, I'm definitely going to pass it on to them. So, yeah, it's just something I'm so passionate about, and I really love it. So, yeah. Yeah. Charlotte, I really love your jewellery. And I've seen a bracelet that I've got my eye on, and I think I'm going to get that one. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.